Hi everyone, Paul Chester Scale Modeler. Welcome to another adventure update. Now, what we got today is it's basically the finished adventure update reveal of the Panigale, the Ducati kit, Tamia. What I've done though, it's a little bit different today. I'm going to show the reveal of the Panigale now. I've got it on a turntable, which is a little bit noisy, so I'm going to do a voiceover on that one. Then I'll come back, we'll do my normal video. At the end, I'm going to tag on what would have been in my build update for this month's news show, which sadly didn't go ahead. I'd already recorded my segments. The reviewer did, I'll go in next month's one, so that's no problem. But my bench update would have been way out of whack from what I've been actually doing. So rather than wasting it, I thought I'd tag it on the end of this video. If you want to watch it, watch it. If you don't, don't. This video is for the Panigale though, and there is a bit of an update on that in the bench update at the end. So they're a little bit backwards, but because I want to show the Panigale, I'm going to show that first, and then, like I say, come back at the end. There's about 20 minutes, I think, running through all my builds, and then next month we'll come back with a new one. It's just to say, wasting the footage. Lee was really busy. He's absolutely up the wall at the minute with his new business and whatnot. Sadly, I'd already recorded mine, and rather than waste it, I thought we'll tag it on and get it done. So there we go. So what we're going to do now, we've got a quick voiceover while we see the Panigale on the turntable, which is very, very noisy and is getting returned. Hence the reason I'm doing a voiceover. So we'll be back to this view in just a minute. Okay, so there we go. We're over in my photo booth. I've got the daylight tubes on, turntable on the go, and thankfully you can't hear the noise it makes because it sounds absolutely atrocious. It needs returning. I will get a better one, and in future, hopefully we won't need to muck about like this. But there we go. There's the Panigale, all finished. Been building it on and off. Well, not on and off, but completely solidly for it's a good 2-3 weeks now. We had a few issues with paint. I used the RG3 eye water on with a big gun, and I think those big guns are a little bit too much for these smaller projects, so you use that new eye water HP M2 instead, and that's done a much better job on both the paintwork and the clear coats. So there you go. So Senna Special Edition, I think it's 20th anniversary, 2013 or 14 it was, of the guy's death. He was an awesome racing driver, an awesome guy as well, and sadly taken far too early in his racing career. He would have gone on to do a lot of great things and won a lot of races as well. So they originally released Ducati 916 Senna version, and then, as I say, for the 20th anniversary they did the Ducati Panigale, the 1199. So I've had this kit in my watch list for some time. I bought it purely and simply because I saw this scheme, and that's what drove me to buy it. So beautiful kit to build, typical Tamiya. The 132 bike kit and their 132 aircraft and their 112 bike kits are just absolutely fantastic. If you've never built one, please go and build one. You will absolutely love it. Obviously, it's a bit more technical than your armour and aircraft and whatnot, because the finish needs to be flawless. So it's a lot of work to get it to look good. Thankfully, this one came out quite well. I'm more than happy with this. I think the colour is absolutely stunning. The gold anodised Tamia aftermarket forks really finish it off, as does the detail set that I bought for it, and the paintwork just looks absolutely great. It's a fantastic colour. I'm going to build the red version of the Panigale as well to go with it. I'll also build the 916 in the Senna version as well. Sourcing the decals is a bit difficult, but I can use the Panigale aftermarket decals because they're very similar in look. But like I say, stunning bike, stunning build. If you've never built one, please go and buy one. You will love it. It's not clipped together, but they just fall together. Such a nice kit to build. If you're looking for an introduction, stick to one of the newer ones like this. This is the second newest kit. It's only a couple of years old. They're older ones, which I'm building now. I'm building FZRR. It's a little bit rough around the edges, but even those older ones are still fantastic to build. So there we go. So that's a rough overview. What we'll do now is we'll go back to the bench and we'll have a close-up look at the build and see what she looks like close-up and give a bit more information on how it's done. Right, so there we go. That's the waffle overview of the kit. As you can see, it's come out absolutely fantastic. I love the bike. I love the colour, and I think it's a stunning looking machine. So you've had the general overview, so if we come in a little bit closer, we've got both cameras set up. As you can see, we've got new cutting mats, grey and brown. We've got the brown side today, so we shall see what it looks like. I think it looks better on camera. I think it gives a more natural colour. I think the green white stuff out a little bit. So this is what we're going to be doing. This is a brand new mat. I bought 2 of them. This one is just going to be kept for this kind of thing, reviews and whatnot, so it stays clean, and then the other one I work off, etc. So you'll always have a clean mat, and hopefully it's going to improve the quality of the videos. So, like I say, Tamiya's 112 Panigale, done in the Senna colours, as you can see. I know we've seen the overall view, but if we come side on, we can see it better, and we're on this side view as well. So, all the engine finished off in the Mr. Hobby super metallic paints, which funnily enough is what I'll be reviewing in next month's news show. Absolutely love them. We've got a custom colour on the transmission case, the clutch housing. Then the rest of them are just all the different colours. The plate silver on the top of the rocker cover, titanium on a few of the other parts, and throughout the build we've used them here, there and everywhere. So they came out really well. The exhaust, the centre part, the silver, that's super Mr. Metallics. The darker silver colour and the actual exhaust pipe itself, which is sadly mostly hidden now, that is alclad magnesium. So a great colour for it. We like I say, we put the aftermarket Senna decals on. It's in the Senna grey. We painted it using my lovely little HP M2, which will also be reviewed next month as well. Fantastic little airbrush. I find the RG3 a little bit overkill for the smaller projects like the bikes, and it was causing a little bit of a nightmare. So this has been completely sprayed with the single action little, I'll grab it quickly, the little HP, this thing, HP M2 Iwata. It's a little single action thing. It's absolutely brilliant. I love it. You can adjust it on the back, and then just there's no pull back, it's just air. I put a Mac valve on it so I can control it for all the metallics, and I absolutely love this thing. This entire bike was painted with this. I never thought I'd done a single action again, but it's absolutely brilliant. I got the bigger RG3 spray gun, which is fantastic for cars or big jobs where you need primer, etc. But for this, a little bit of overkill, to be honest. So using a smaller airbrush really worked out well. So we've got Hiraboy, the grey Senna colour on the sides, clear coated in 1K lacquer, cut back with Tamiya compounds, and then polished and waxed with the Tamiya model wax, which is superb stuff, absolutely brilliant. So there's that side. We spin around the other side, we'll have a look. We had a aftermarket set for this. I think it was Hobby Design, I forget now, to be honest, which added the PE disc on the front, on the back on the other side, which you can't see, spring, the suspension parts, the reservoir and the rear suspension as well. So it really did add a lot to it. We added the Tamia Fork Set, which is the gold anodized part. The bottom of it was gold too, but on inspection I found that they were not painted, they were a chrome colour, so I painted that chrome, and the discs, and obviously the wheels are a red colour. The closest colour I got was the Panigale red, so that's what I used for this, and I think they come out quite well. Again, the exhaust this side, we've got the gloss finish and then the satin black on the bottom. Some of them seem to be satin, some seem to be gloss. I quite like the contrast between the high gloss and the satin, and that is UMP primer right there, which has come out really nicely. It looks very, very good. We've got carbon on the front wheel arch mudguard. That's a carbon decal. It was a bit of a pig. Come on, focus. A bit of a pig to get in there, in several small sheets. I think it's about 4 or 5 probably. And then on the back, again, I've seen most of these are just plain plastic, but I've seen a few carbon ones as well, and I thought, while I'm at it, we'll make a carbon as well. I think it adds to the look a little bit. Let me grab by its wheel, a bit unceremoniously. Like I say, you got all the hoses, etc. There's the metal rear disc. Loads of little PE parts, which, to be honest, unless you build it, you probably wouldn't notice that they're there. But it did come out very nice. Very happy with it. Nice touch from Tamiya. They give you these self-adhesive, reflective mirror inserts, which work really well. And obviously the Tamia Fork Set comes with a nice anodized blue fittings for the top. And like I say, painted with that little airbrush, the finishes come out very, very nice. I've got one problem. and that's that rear bit of trim. Let me get it there. It needs gluing in, but it needs clamping. Now, I'm not going to put a clamp on this fresh paint because it's still going to be fairly delicate for quite some time. So in a couple of months I'll stick some CA glue in there, we'll clamp it up and we'll get that gap closed up. But pure and simply, that's it. So, beautiful kit of a beautiful bike in honour of a great, absolutely fantastic, iconic racing driver, cut short on his life, Ayrton Senna. So, like I say, really enjoyed this. This is the first bike I've built in, 13 years. I wish I got back to it a lot sooner, but sadly I didn't. And it started a little bit of an obsession. I think the current count now is, in the past 2 months I've bought about 30 bikes. I sold off some of the excess armour I had, and aircraft, because I had a lot of armour. I had like 6 Panthers, I still got 6 Shermans, I like 10 of them, 10 Tigers. I don't need that many, I'd rather sell a few off, bought a few kits, and yep, so I've got just about every bike I like out there, loads of aftermarket for them. I'll stick some pics up so you can see. So you're going to see a lot more bike builds from me in the near future, because I've just enjoyed these thoroughly. Halfway, well, very nearly finishing Tamiya's Yamaha FZR 750R, and out of the box it's an older kit, a bit basic, but again, great build. Just doing the final touches on that. I've not done an update at the bench on it because it was such a quick build. Before I knew it, I was halfway through it, and like I've only been building for probably just over a week and a half maybe, and it's nearly done. So the next build for me will be Tamiya's, well, the next bike build, ZX RR, the race bike, Kawasaki green. I've got a load of aftermarket for it, so there will be after bench updates for that. So you'll see plenty of them in the near future. So there you go. So thanks for watching. This is Tamiya Panigale. There's at the bench, I think there's an at the bench update at the end of this video. There's my last one's news show, like I say, and there is an update before it got to this stage. So it's a bit backwards, but I thought it'd be easy to put this at the front for people that want to watch this. If you want to hang around and watch what would have been my last month's build update, hang around because it's about 20 minutes long. You can sit, watch it, and away you go. So there we go. So I'm going to take you over to me. And you'll see where I was at about 2 weeks ago with my builds, and I'll see you probably in a next adventure update on the Torino in hopefully a few days or so. Okay, so thanks for watching. I'll catch you around and I'll see you soon. Yeah, welcome to my part of the news show. A little update of what's going on. I've got no face to camera today again. I will have next month, I promise. I've been rearranging the man cave a bit, and it's a bit of a tip where I normally have the backdrop. So I've not really got all that much to talk about this month either, other than my build. So no point doing that. But next month I'll be back and we'll have my usual view. So first things first, forum is as crazy as ever. Really, really busy. Facebook, again, really, really busy. Absolutely fantastic to see. Loads of great group builds on the go. We've had the F16 one end and the egg plane one start with the shiny things. First time I've not had an egg plane. I've got a few weeks left, so maybe I'll grab one. But it's the first time I've not actually built one in quite a few years. Purely and simply because I've got that many projects on the go. Finding the time to do it is a bit hard, which you'll see in a second. The shiny things one, I definitely want to do one of my Edouard limited edition P38s. So hopefully that'll be done. We've got my MiG 21 from Russia with Love one. That's on the shelf behind me. All I've done to that since the last update was prime it and was sprayed underneath. Still got the camo work to do. Got about 3 weeks to get that done, so that shouldn't be a problem. We'll get that one finished. My F16 didn't get finished. That's Sufa from Kinetic. No chance. Terrible kit. Just completely lost all the fun with that, with the drama from November, which is when basically I was going to start it with the cockpit from Hannants, and all the way through to this, the terrible fit and everything. I just lost the mojo on that. Absolutely terrible kit. Current builds are on the go. The really good one is doing really good. There's loads of entries in that. Seems to have started an epidemic on Facebook and the forum, people buying and building cars. So it's nice to see. I'm sorry for everybody who spent a fortune, including myself, on car and bike kits. I think in the last month I bought like 50 odd car and bike kits. Crazy. but absolutely enjoying it. You'll see my car and bike collection because it's up there where the armour used to be. The armour boxes are a lot more uniform, so they stack a lot easier, so they go underneath. The car and bikes are all different sizes, they're just a nightmare, so they're now up there, and that's why I'm not doing it today, but you'll see that next month. Hangout's still ongoing, not going live anywhere near as much. I hang out to talk to the guys, and if you want to come join us, just pop in the hangout. That's all you got to do. The link goes up, free to join, but they won't be viewable very often. They're viewable every Friday on Seb's Dutch modelling site, but not going live as much, purely and simply. I hang out to talk to the guys, and that's it. So if you want to come watch, you can't, but you can come join. Just join the hangout. It's much more fun than watching. You'll get to know us, realise we're not a bunch of complete idiots, we're actually nice guys. And come have a laugh with us and come join in. Pretty much sure I had something else to talk about and I completely forgotten what it was, so never mind. So, like I say, I've been really enjoying these car and bike kits. You may have seen a few of these updates in other videos. That was what I was going to talk about. Videos and ISM, as you can see, we've upped the game a little bit. Hopefully putting out more and more videos with the At The Benches and the reviews. There's a lot more activity on the channel now, which is great. These At The Bench videos, 10 minutes long, are absolutely great. They're so quick to film and edit. Doesn't take all day, so don't have to plan a day ahead to film. I can literally, I'll be back in, tell Hannah I'll be back in an hour. And I don't I don't spend all day away from the family filming and editing. So the At The Bench, great, I can knock those out 2, maybe 3 times a week if I really want to. But it's the build I'm enjoying most at the minute. So what we'll do is we'll start with, we'll keep the theme going, we'll start with the Vigan. We'll get this one out of the way. So last time you seen it, it had been painted, so I just knocked my camera. There we go. You saw it last time, it had been painted. We've done all the camo work, faded it all. Now we're decaled, we're matte coated, canopy's unmasked, and we're ready to rock and roll. So next step, we've got the landing gear, the ordnance to do, which is quite a big job. There's quite a lot of it to try and sort out, and I need to source it from other kits. I don't know where to go with the weathering. Now we do have paint effects. They are there, they're very subtle. They're not over the top at all, but I don't know where to weather it more. I quite like the look of it as it is, but I'm thinking an oil filter might work wonders on it and really dull down all the paintwork, dull down those really bright, the decals need dulling down regardless, but I think that's probably the step we'll do. But I love this thing now. I really did lose my mojo on it for a while, but they've probably got 1 or 2 parts left. I'm thinking 1, and she'll be complete after nearly a year. I think it is a year now, a 7-month layoff of doing it. It's an awesome kit, it really is a beautiful build. Ivan built his and camered it up as well, and he did a great job, absolutely superb. He built it very, very quick, which shows the ease of the build. It's not a difficult build, and it's such a beautiful aircraft. And with the splinter cam pattern, although it's challenging, I think it's something you probably only do once, the effect is absolutely stunning. So yeah, I'm not 100% sure what to go, but I'm thinking an oil filter on that, a DOF filter to fade it all, give it that more worn look. Chipping, I'm not sure. I need to have a good look at some reference pictures. They mostly seem to be in good condition, all the references I've seen. So we'll have to have a look, but that's the Vigan. So one more part, we get that out of the way, yay, start a new video then. Next up, a completed build. We've got the Texaco Sierra. Now there is a standalone video for this, you might have seen it already. This is Tamiya's 1/24th Group A RS500 Sierra Cosworth. Beautiful build, absolutely great. We had a bit of a problem with the decals. They did craze a little bit on the bonnet, which is a real shame. But other than that, I love building this. This is one of my favourite cars. I absolutely love the old 80s Fords. If we can come in to that close-up cam, you can see we've got flock seat, real fabric belts. We detailed up all inside with the hoses, the wiring, right down to the back. All the connectors, the battery, etc. And it was just a really Really nice build, I loved it. Somebody did notice, and thank you for telling me, it was on another page actually. I had one of the wheels back to front, I had the rear wheel on the front. So that's now rectified. You've got the antenna on the roof. And I just love this car. I had to buy another one for the decals. I had a right palaver. I bought an aftermarket set of Shunko decals for it. Which, ones that I did use, I've laid down like a dream. Just perfect. But the Texaco colours, they just weren't ready enough. It was just completely the wrong colour. It was like an orangey pink. So I couldn't use them. So to find another set of decals, because they're out of production now, as is the kit, I had to buy another kit off eBay, £65, and rob the decals out of that, which thankfully they were mint decals and they went down really well. So I've now got a spare kit with new decals. Thankfully there's several other decal schemes out there. So I'll pick one. There's a Marlboro one, there's a Camel Trophy one, there's quite a lot of different ones. So I'll build another one later. Like I say, it's one of my favourite cars, so not a problem at all, but I love building that. That was a very, very nice build. In progress at the minute. We started this the other night because the kit I'll show you in a minute, we're waiting on the bodywork drying. This is Tamiya's 12 scale Yamaha FZR 750R. So as far as I'm aware, I'm not a bike nut. This is basically a street legal, almost race bike. I might be wrong, but that's what I was told and I'm aware of. It's a lovely kit. I found it in a local model shop, and I believe it's actually quite a hard kit to find now because I can't find anyone for sale anywhere else. So yeah, we started this up. It's a lovely kit. Comes with clear cowlings as well, which is definitely different, so you could leave them clear. We won't be. And show all the interior off. So that's a stunning looking kit. I started that last night, and this is where we're at now. I've grabbed all the bits. So these are bits forward. So all the black bits are painted in UMP primer, because I just love the finish our primer gives, like a satin black colour. So a few bits and bobs there. We've got the machine with the carburetors, painted in extreme metals, aluminium. Just started using extreme metals, and oh my god, am I impressed. They are absolutely beautiful paints, a lot better than Alclad in my opinion. So they were done in aluminium, and then this was done in dark aluminium. And again, flawless finish. It's just absolutely amazing. That was on bare plastic, this one. Completely bare plastic. So we've got a few parts to detail paint up on that, a few parts to add to the side, which you'll see in a second. So yeah, top drawer for that. Then I've just reviewed these for the news show. We got Mr. Hobby Super Metallic, what is it? Plate Silver, I think it is. I forget the bloody name now. Let's have a look. Yeah, Plate Silver Next. I've no idea what it's called next, but it is. As you can see, the frame sprayed in AK black base, which I think I've got here somewhere. There it is, AK black base. It's an absolutely stunning finish, absolutely amazing. I love that. It's come out really well. So that's the frame for the FZR. Put that there. We then got various other covers, clutch plate I assume that is, and again painted in the plate silver. They come out great. I think what I try and do is alternate the colours, even if it's not totally correct, to give different tones, and then the rocker cover as well. So if you look at that, it can actually come off there now because it's dry. If you look at that, next to that we've got a couple of different tones there, so it just adds interest to the bike itself. So that's what I've been trying to do. So yeah, loving those metal paints. They're great, both the extreme and the super metallics. I like the extremes that much. I bought 8 on eBay cheap, unused off a guy, Mark in fact. Like them that much, I bought the entire range now, so I've got every single one of them now, and they are absolutely brilliant. I think they're better than Alclads personally. Next up, and again there is an update on the channel, is the Ducati 1199 Panigale. So this has been, currently we're waiting for bodywork to dry. Get on there, you. Get this front, there we go. We're waiting for bodywork to dry. I've gone and lost a panel off this somewhere. There it is. Just grab that. Waiting for the bodywork to dry, so that's why we started the FZR, because it's going to take probably a good week or so to get the bodywork done. But this is how she stands now. Go to the close-up cam. All the metalwork, bar the exhaust and those exhaust tips, is the Super Hobby Super Metallic. We've added all the aftermarket to this. There are build update videos, or at least a video on this. So if you want to see more in depth, go and have a look. We added a Top Studio detail set to this, the forks, and a few other bits and bobs. And it's not going to be the Panigale red. We will build one because we've got the kit again. This is going to be the Ayrton Senna version. So silver panels, which I'll show you in a minute, red wheels, and different aftermarket decals as well. But this I've really enjoyed building. Like I said before, I built a lot of Tamiya kits in the past, and I should have built them a long time ago because I know how much I enjoy them. We've got the metal discs, PE, the forks, all different PE all over the engine itself. We've got carbon fibre. This stuff is a pig to do. On the rear mudguard. It's not perfect at all, but it's as good as it could get. And then on the front one as well, we carboned it up. Absolute nightmare getting the film to conform to all those edges. You can see it's hailing outside now. My god, it's really bad actually. So if you can hear that, I do apologise. We've got all the other bits. Before I get to the bodywork, I'll show you these. These are all the other bits and bobs. So the rear lights, mirrors, front lights, seat, etc. Again, painted in UMP primer. I just love the finish it gives. It's a great satin black colour. They're all ready to go on, and then I just sprayed these yesterday. So I'm going to be very careful with them, but this will show you the colour we're going to do. So it's actually that colour there. So, oh god, I can't even say it. Grigio Scuro. But it's Senna Grey, Ducati Senna Grey, specifically in honour of him. 20 years since his death. They made the 916 as a Senna version. I think he was still alive back then. And this is a 20th anniversary. So sprayed up in that. We need to let that dry for another couple of days at least. Then we'll ever so slightly. You know what, I don't even think it needs flatting, to be honest, but we might flat it just a tad. It needs decaling, then it needs clear coating, and basically that's that done. So quite a lot done in a short amount of time. Fuel tank is there. We did get a little dribble of paint. It does need rectifying, but we can fix that. It's no drama at all, and it's just going to be an absolutely beautiful colour. So like I say, they need to dry. I've got an aftermarket set of decals. Again, if you want to see everything, go to the At the Bench updates on the channel, and it does show all the progress all the way through for everything. The other thing we've got on the go as well, I'm not going to go into depth, is we've got the Starsky and Hutch Torino. So this has been painted in the red. The bonnet's been cut back and polished, as the roof hasn't been polished. We did lose a little bit of paint on the edge of the bonnet, so I'll have to touch that up and take it back again. And there is a flaw on the bonnet at the top we need to do. But cutting it back, we've got a nice colour. There's no lacquer. I'm just cutting it back from the flat paint, so we can apply the decals and then we can gloss over it at the end. So I'm not going to show an update on this because there's a bit to go with it. I'll need to do an At the Bench update, which I haven't done on it yet, because the interior's done, the engine's done, bodywork spray. There's quite a bit to get through, and I don't want to repeat it twice. So a couple of days after the news show, I'll do an At the Bench update. One thing I have done, and I did show a picture of it on eBay, is we have sourced a flashing LED for it for the police light on top, the little beacon. So hopefully we can add all electronics in the boot of this and have a working flashing red light. But like I say, a couple of days after this news show, I'll come back and I'll show everything I've done on that one. I just don't want to repeat myself. There we go. So that's all my builds. I think there's normally something I forget as I go off, but that's basically everything we've done. So yeah, next month the Vigan should be done, or near enough done. Try and get a Kraz video out. That's kind of not stalled at the minute, but I'm just trying to get the Vigan out of the way. That's my main focus at the minute. So close to being done. We'll get back to that Kraz. The MIG will be done. The Panigale will be finished, and the FZR will probably nearly be done or finished as well. So there we go. So I'll catch you next time, and I'll see you around, and I'll see you soon.